All right, so as the come through turns 3 and 4, you can hear the RPMs. You can hear the rubber bands being wound tight. We're green with a 2019 point season. It is Malberg and Tank side by side going down to turn 1. As they go through one, it is going to be Malberg. He is going to take sole possession of the lead, but Don not so quick. Don Tank, the wily old veteran, gets back side by side with Malberg. John Gill is sitting in third with Cooper. Now Cooper having to go way to the high side to get by Gill. And Malberg leading lap number 1, followed by Tank, Gill, and Cooper. Cooper looking like he might be just a hair faster than Gill through the corners, but unfortunately cannot get by him. The rear end of Gill's car fishtailing a little bit, which is causing Cooper to have to break his momentum. But up front, it is all Kane the Man of Malberg. Don Tank trying to stay with him, but a little bit of a broadside for Tank. He loses about 2 to 3 car lengths. And now John Gill to the outside of Tank. Is for second and third right now. And now Cooper tries to slide it in. He's tired of waiting. He's going to go bulldozer on Gill. And that is going to put him up to third. He got tired of having to break the momentum, and he just went in bulldozer. But it didn't really last. Kane, the Man of Malberg, is going to see the green in the air. 2 laps to go. As Anthony said, your lemon triple threat. It's like a triple scoop of lemon sorbet out there. Tank, Gill, Cooper. And they're going to come down and see the white flag out. 1 more lap to go. For Kane Malberg, Don Tank still sitting there in second. Barring any issues, Malberg is going to have the heat in hand. Oh, and a little bit of door rubbing, as old Jerry Van Sickle would say, a little left side or right side romance, left side loving between Cooper and Gill. Kane Malberg wins. Don Tank second. Cody Cooper third, and it's going to be John Gill fourth. That is the 65 of Racing Riley Payson. I guarantee you none of these drivers are going to give any quarter in this one. Green's out. Let's see what. Oh! Malberg looks like he wasn't able to get up to speed right away. Payson kind of nowhere to go. Malberg ends up odd man out. But now we've got Kerger leading. Looks like LaFoy and no. Payson's going to take second on the high side. Now he's going to go low side. And new leader, Payson. Kerger had the lead for a lap, but it looks like Payson, who had a few issues on the Friday night of Spring Fling, decided to opt out of Saturday night. He must have put the Super Tune on that 65, as he is now leading and starting to pull away just a little bit. Meanwhile, Kerger now starting to get pressure from LaFoy. That battle is for second and third. Kerger has it. LaFoy wants it. Malberg sitting fourth, trying to shake out the new car blues. But up front, it is all Payson. 3 down, 3 to go, halfway home. LaFoy able to get up to the left rear quarter of Kerger, but cannot advance any further than that. Kerger, slightly higher line, a little more moisture, able to get a little bit better run. Now LaFoy going to try and run into the tire tracks through 3 and 4 of the 9 of Kerger. Looks like he is going to mimic the line, trying to see what it is that Kerger has found up there, see if his car likes it or not. Meanwhile, white flag is out for the champ. Payson is got one more lap to go. pick up his first heat race win of the year. Kruger now has about a car length and a half of breathing room between him and LaFoy. Barring any issues, it looks like this is how it's going to finish. And it is. Riley Payson wins heat race number 2. Tony Kruger second, Chris LaFoy third, and Shannon Malberg will round out the field.
Caution lights are out across the Crawford County Speedway. We're ready to get down to it. Speedway Motors heat race number 1 for the Malvern Banks Super Late Model Series is about to go down. Troy Daly and Steve McConnell, pair of Omaha drivers on the front row. Mike Bodker with the green flag in hand. It is up and we are underway. Into one, side by side. McConnell looks like may have the upper hand. 3 wide for the lead right off the bat. Ben Schaller right around the implement tires. He's able to sidestep Daly for the second spot, but Steve McConnell goes to the lead. Side by side once again through 3 and 4. McConnell with the half car length advantage. How about it? The Omaha native by a nose is going to lead the first lap. McConnell leads the opening circuit. Schaller right to the inside, and he quickly takes the lead going into turn 1. Schaller picking up where he left off last time here at Crawford County Speedway. Won the A feature here last July. Now Bill Layton Jr. looking for a big move on the low side. He'll sidestep Daly for the 3rd position. Bill Layton Jr. up to 3rd. Layton now setting his sights on McConnell. That's for the 2nd spot. They're side by side. Layton on the bottom. McConnell through the middle. Daly back there in that 4th spot and just about loses it to Zach Zeiner. Zeiner with a good head of steam as they enter 3. He'll sidestep Daly. Layton with a big slider off turn number 4. He'll sidestep McConnell for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Zeiner barely edges out Daly, almost making contact down the front straightaway. This time around, we'll be halfway done. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Ben Schaller almost halfway back to Iowa, back to Omaha, I should say. He's your leader. Layton runs in 2nd. Steve McConnell runs 3rd. Zach Zeiner 4th. Troy Daly 5th. And it's Alan Hopp, Brian Koziski, and Jeff Segavart rounding out the field. Alan Hopp now closing in on Troy Daly. That's for the 5th position as they go down the back straightaway this time. But Schaller almost a full straightaway advantage over 2nd place Bill Layton Jr. Brian Koziski trying to work the inside line to get around Alan Hopp. That's for the 6th spot. And meanwhile, Hopp closing in on Daly for 5th. Koziski finds the opening on the inside. They're side by side coming off at turn number 2. Big race at the back of the pack. Brian Koziski sticks that red nose piece out in front of Hopp, and he will go by on the inside. Brian Koziski up to 6th. And now going after Daly for the 5th spot. This time around, race fans, white flag comes out. 3/8 of a mile to go for the Barracuda. Bill Layton Jr. running in that number 2 spot. We got trouble in turn 2. Heavy contact for Troy Daly. The nose is completely smashed in and the caution's out. Caution on the speedway for the 44 of Troy Daly. Some heavy contact was made. And the nose piece is smashed all the way in at the center. Caution lights go out across the Crawford County Speedway. We're ready to get back at it. 2 laps to go. Ben Schaller, your leader. Bill Layton Jr. right behind him, so that big lead is gone. The Barracuda looks to get the tail fin going, and we're going to get back to green flag racing here at Crawford County. Layton looking to go right to work on the inside as they go through 1 and 2, but Schaller says no. The middle groove is going to be Ben Schaller's bread and butter. Into 3. The cushion is getting pushed up with every lap. The white flag comes out. Final time around for Ben Schaller. Excellent run for Brian Koziski up to the 4th position. Those are valuable passing points. Should get him a good starting spot in the main event. Meanwhile, into 3 for the 8th and final time. Checker flag is going to fly as they come off at turn number 4 this time. Speedway Motors heat race number 1 goes to your defending race winner. Ben Schaller takes it. Bill Layton Jr. will be 2nd. Zach Zeiner is 3rd. Brian Koziski 4th. Alan Hopp 5th. Jeff Segavart and Troy Daly, Steve McConnell, and then Troy Daly will round us out. So give it up for him, race fans. Your winner from Omaha, Nebraska in the Fleet Mark Solutions, Sutter Family Racing, Dave's Home Repair, Heinz Chiropractic Acupuncture, Dirt Shirts USA, number 98. Let him hear you, Ben Schaller. If my notes serve me correct, Josh's last win came back in September of 2015. That was the spring meltdown at I-80 Speedway. Here we go. Caution lights are out. Side by side, 4 rows deep. The Iowa 15s on the front row, Schroeder and O'Brien. We are underway in Kaiser Manufacturing heat race number 2. 3 wide as Jason Rowan stuck his nose there momentarily, but O'Brien off the top shelf will take the race lead down the backstretch the first time. Rowan all the way up to position number 2 already, but it will be the O show to lead lap 1. Jason O'Brien, your leader. Jason Rowan is second. Kurt Schroeder runs third. The Iowa boys in the podium spots. Andrew Koziski back there in that 4th spot, looking to look inside of Schroeder. That's for third off of turn 2. Schroeder keeps it down the backstretch. Good race there is Koziski. Now looking for the slide job move. Not quite. Looks like yes, he does have enough room. Just enough. Andrew Koziski sidesteps Schroeder. Robbie Anderson back there in that 5th position, looking inside of Schroeder for the 4th position. Josh Krug currently runs 6th. Paul Conrad is 7th, and Dan Battaglia running in the 8th spot. Meanwhile, battle is on for 4th. Robbie Anderson inside of Kurt Schroeder. Schroeder off the top shelf, able to maintain the 4th spot at the flag stand, but Anderson not giving up the fight. Through 1 and 2 this time. Anderson sticking that blue nose piece underneath Schroeder. Not going to happen. Schroeder keeps it down the backstretch. But right now, Jason O'Brien leads the way. 4 down, 4 to go. Jason Rowan is 2nd. Andrew Koziski 3rd. Kurt Schroeder 4th. Robbie Anderson, your top 5. Josh Krug is 6th. Paul Conrad 7th. And Dan Battaglia rounds out the field in 8th. O'Brien, the KWF Fabrication Adams Store L&L Installations entry out of Atlantic, Iowa, looking strong here at Crawford County Speedway. Looking to keep the money in the state of Iowa and hopefully maybe become the 3rd different Iowa driver to win on the Malvern Banks Series in 3 races. Nick Deal won the season opener. Tyler Bruning won 2 weeks ago at Marshalltown. Could the Iowa boys stay undefeated in 2019? 2 laps to go. Jason O'Brien about a half straightaway advantage over 2nd place Jason Rowan. Rowan, a tough name from Central Iowa, representing Farley. Rowan making his first start with the Malvern Banks Series as Jason O'Brien takes the white flag. 3/8 of a mile to go for the O show. Keep your eyes on that battle for that 4th spot. Kurt Schroeder and Robbie Anderson still not done with each other, but into 3 for the final time. Checker flag is going to fly. He'll go coast to coast to win it. Jason O'Brien wins Kaiser Manufacturing Heat Race number 2. Jason Rowan will cross in 2nd. Andrew Koziski is 3rd. At the line for 4th, it'll be Kurt Schroeder. Robbie Anderson, your top 5. And it will be Josh Krug, Paul Conrad, and Dan Battaglia to round out the field. So give it up for him, race fans. Your winner coming to us from Atlantic, Iowa in the Iron Specialties, Adams Door, L&L Insulation, KWF Fabrication, Stamp Construction, number 15. Let him hear you, Jason O'Brien. So here we go. John Anderson, Cale Koziski, row 1. Jason Wallace, Josh Leonard, row 2. Nick Deal, Jeremy Grady, row 3. Brad Perdue riding shotgun all by himself. Field will bunch up and they will come to life off of turn number 4. And we are underway in Dynamic Drivelines Heat Race number 3. Cale Koziski jumped out to the early lead, but Anderson was quick to pick him off as they enter turn number 1. A lot of drivers going down to the bottom looking for some real estate. Nick Deal got pinched off there, and that's going to allow Brad Perdue to pull up a side. Side by side up front, Anderson and Leonard, they're going at it. Lap 1 goes to John Anderson. Josh Leonard runs 2nd, Cale Koziski 3rd. Jeremy Grady already up to 3rd and about to sidestep Koziski for 3rd. Jeremy Grady, the Story City, Iowa native. Here comes Deal. Deal on the outside. He comes to life. High, wide, round the outside. The real Deal sidesteps Grady. Nick Deal, your 2017 modified track champion from the Crawford County Speedway, going right to work. He dives inside and return 1. He'll go to 3rd. Nick Deal now up to the 3rd position after a slow start. Meanwhile, the top 2 about half a straightaway ahead of Deal. John Anderson, your leader. Josh Leonard running 2nd. Nick Deal up to the 3rd position. Cale Koziski runs 4th. Jeremy Grady rounds out the 5th. Troll for Anderson! Anderson's off the pace. Something in the rear end must have broken on the 21X of John Anderson. Your leader is off the pace. Leonard will inherit the race lead. Can Anderson get it off the racetrack in time? Looks like no, he will not. Caution is out. Caution on the speedway. John Anderson, your race leader, has problems and comes to a stop on the back straightaway.
This track like the back of his hand.
Well, let's see how that plays out. He runs 2nd. Could get him a good starting spot in the main event. Josh Leonard, I don't believe he has ever been to the Crawford County Speedway. He's your leader, and he'll bring us back down to the green flag. Deal gets right to work. He got to the top shelf, and Deal's going to go right for the lead, entering turn 1. Deal sidesteps Leonard to take the race lead. Jeremy Grady now off the pace. Severe nose damage on the 43 machine. Jeremy Grady drops like a rock, and the Story City, Iowa native is probably going to call no joy. Half the nose buried underneath the car. A tough right there for Jeremy Grady. He's going to try to make the hard left-hand turn into the infield pit area. We stay green. Nick Deal now your leader. Josh Leonard running second. Cale Kaczynski third. Jason Wallace is fourth. Brad Purdue runs fifth. What a topsy-turvy heat race this has been for Dynamic Drivelines heat race number 3. 2 laps to go for Nick Deal. I think surprised everyone at the season opener at I-80 Speedway. Dominated that performance. Got the raw end of the deal 2 weeks ago out in Marshalltown Speedway, battling for the win. Finished 16th out there. Oh man, that car has come to life. White flag is out. The Monster Graphics, Little Caesars Pizza sponsored Black Diamond chassis. Looking strong here and into 3 for the final time. Checker flag is going to fly. Here comes your winner, race fans. Nick Deal will take Dynamic Drivelines heat race number 3. Josh Leonard will cross in second. Third will go to Cale Kaczynski. I believe that's his career best with the Malvern Bank Series in terms of heat race finishes. Brad Purdue is fourth. Jason Wallace will round out the field. So give it up for him, race fans. Your winner from Walnut, Iowa, the Prairie Rose Sign, Monster Graphics, Little Caesars Pizza, All-Star Tire, Nebraska, Iowa Supply, number 55D. Let him hear you, Nick Deal. The Rock Bruning Products Capital Race Car, number 16, out of Decorah, Iowa, will bring us up to full speed off of turn 4. Field bunches up, and they get ready to drop the hammer off of 3 and 4. Fourth and final heat race presented by Kaczynski Auto Parts is a go here at the Crawford County Speedway. 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Blair Nordorf along with Tyler Smith and Brett Hopp. Meanwhile, it's the Rock Man, Tyler Bruning, with the early race lead. Sukup drops to the low side, side by side off at turn number 4, but the Rock Man, Bruning, leads lap 1. Tyler Bruning said he dropped the IMCA spec motor into the 16 for tonight. It looks like he is not letting up for anyone. Sukup hanging on to that number 2 position. Kyle Burke running third. Fourth is Brett Hopp. Blair Nordorf rounding out the top 5 early on. Corey Zeitner 6th. Tyler Smith 7th. And right now, Tyler Bruning picking up where he left off from Marshalltown. He dominated his heat race out there, won by half a lap, and looks like he's on the pace to do that again. The Bruning Rock Products, Olsen Explosives, Bennett Explosives, Capital Race Car number 16, looking strong. Meanwhile, Kyle Burke trying to reel in Ben Sukup for that number 2 position. Sukup out of Norfolk, Burke out of Marquette. You got Sukup in that Swartz chassis, Burke in that Missile chassis by Swartz, number 14, looking to the inside, can't make the pass. Sukup, brand new graphics on that number 101 machine, looking strong here tonight. Next time around will be 3 laps to go. Tyler Bruning remains your leader. Ben Sukup runs second. Kyle Burke is third. Brett Hopp running fourth. This will be a career best finish for Hopp if he can finish where he is right now. Blair Nordorf, your top 5. Then it's Corey Zeitner in 6th. Tyler Smith running 7th. Burke trying to stay low off at turn number 2, trying to get the big diamond run. He'll go inside of Sukup. Here comes the slider from the Marquette Missile. Burke all the way to the cushion. Sukup trying to turn it back under. Not going to happen. Burke takes second with 2 to go. Textbook slide job by the Marquette Missile. That's why he is the 6th-time and defending series champion. Meanwhile, Tyler Bruning will take the white flag. Bruning trying to get the 2nd ever Malvern Bank Series win for Capital Race Cars. Sort of a Midwestern ambassador for Capital Race Cars out of Georgia, and looking strong here off at turn number 4. Tyler Bruning takes care of business, and he wins Kaczynski Auto Parts heat race number 4 in very decisive fashion. Kyle Burke will cross in 2nd. Ben Sukup will be 3rd. 4th will be Brett Hopp. Blair Nordorf, your top 5. Corey Zeitner and Tyler Smith will round out the field. So how about it, race fans? Give it up for him one final time from Decorah, Iowa. In the Skyline Materials, Bruning Rock Products, Bennett Explosives, Olsen Explosives, Capital Race Car number 16. Let him hear you, Tyler Bruning.
Row number 3 to the inside from Blanco, the elder statesman of the Sport Compact class, the one of Don Tank, and to his outside from Audubon. That's the double nickel 55 of Chris Lafoy. Row number 4 to the inside from Marshalltown, the 0-2 of John Gill. And to his outside, bring up Taylor and Charlie. That is from Dunlap, the 24M, Kane, the Bandit Malberg. Chief starter Ember Pedersen looks him over. She likes what she sees, and we're green with the compacts. And they're immediately 3 wide, getting ready to go down into 1. It is Shannon Malberg, Kurger, and Payson. Now Shannon Malberg, he is going backwards. While he's going backwards, your defending track champ is going forward. Leading lap number 1, that is going to be racing Riley Payson. Looks like, oh, right front flat on the 22. That's going to end his night. But right now, Riley Payson leads. It is Tony Kurger second, the 35C of Cody Cooper third, with LaFoy fourth. And here comes the Bandit, Kane Malberg, rounding out that top 5. Now Cooper all over the back bumper of the 9 of Kurger. Cooper going to go to the high side. That is your battle for second and third right now. Kurger has it. Cooper wants it. But that's all happening behind the 65 of Payson. Chris LaFoy, he is about to have a rear bumper full of the Bandit. Now Malberg goes down to the inside of LaFoy. He is going to, oh, he's going to pass LaFoy and almost picked off 2 spots. He got past LaFoy and almost got past the 9 of Kurger as well. The Bandit is coming. He is eastbound and down, running blocker for 400 cases of illegal Coors. Those of you that are old enough, you know that reference. He's going back to the inside of Kurger one more time. Is he going to be able to take third? Not quite able to get him cleared. As they go down to 1, now he gets her done. Give Kane Malberg third. Cody Cooper has now caught the rear bumper of the leader. We're about to have a lead battle, folks. Riley Payson, Cody Cooper 1 and 2. But Malberg, he is coming. There's still 6 laps to go. Halfway home. 6 down, 6 to go. Cooper now goes to the high side of the 65 of Payson. He's at his quarter. Can't quite get any further than that. Payson's going to shut the door. He's going to try it again back into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, while they're battling it out, Kane the Man of Malberg's reeling them both in like a big old bass. Cooper getting a little bit loose, not able to quite catch up to and get beside of Payson this time around. Now Cooper's going to try to change things up, go to the low side, able to get up to the quarter panel, but no further. 4 laps to go. Racing Riley Payson still leads Cody Cooper, who leads Kane the Man of Malberg. Now the battle is on for 4th and 5th as Tony Kurger has it. Chris LaFoy wants it. Meanwhile, we're about to have a battle for 2nd and 3rd as Malberg is all but caught up to the rear bumper of Cody Cooper. Meanwhile, Kurger and LaFoy heating it back up for 4th and 5th. They're trying to rewarm the Jiffy Pop, folks. And LaFoy looked like he might have been halfway thinking about going to the White Castle, but there wasn't enough cheese on it. 2 laps to go. Now LaFoy's going to get past Kurger for 4th. Meanwhile, up front, it has pretty much shaken out. Barring any issues, this is probably how it's going to end. Chief starter Ember Pedersen waves a white flag. 1 lap to go. Can the defending track champ start 2019 off on the right foot? A little bit of bad luck on the opening night of Spring Fling. Sat out night number 2. But it looks like whatever he did to that car woke it up, because the champ's going to park it in Van Wall Victory Lane. Racing Riley Payson wins. Cody Cooper second. Kane Amanda Malberg third. Chris LaFoy fourth. And the 9 of Tony Kerger rounding out your top 5.